A series of apparently unrelated assaults in the Lake Phalen area has left law enforcement and the community fighting back. Dating back to August of last year, the attacks have occurred on both sides of the Maplewood-St. Paul border. In response, forces from both cities and the Ramsey County Sheriff's Department have stepped up patrols.
What we've done is we've kind of joined together to add the amount of officer power that we're putting up in the park. So Ramsey County is bringing officers on bikes and doing some decoy work up in the park. Maplewood has officers patrolling the park, and East District has officers patrolling the park during their shifts. During the last month, we've had over 250 officers come through the park and actually take a case number saying that they were up here making sure the park was safe.
Along with the increased police presence, St. Paul Park security officers have spent more time patrolling the area.
We have a park security officer that's assigned specifically to Phalen Regional Park. And when I say that, it means that during their time period, they are to remain within the borders of the actual regional park so that all their time is concentrated within Phalen Regional Park. The idea is to make sure that there's an ongoing security presence within the park. There's been a lot of presence from St. Paul Police, Maplewood Police, and Ramsey County Sheriff, which is great. They've been excellent partners in all of this. But the park security officer provides that constant daily presence that remains in the park at all times.
St. Paul Police have started weekly Walk with Cops patrols. Groups of officers join neighbors for a walk around Lake Phalen. This event is a show of the community uniting to fight crime.
I think the show of support that we've gotten in this Walk with Cops has been outstanding. A lot of the folks that are walking with us are block club leaders and are people that use the park on a regular basis. And we appreciate that. It's a show that how much support the city has from the citizens as far as this park.
Eastside residents are coming together and standing firm behind the St. Paul Police Department.
It's a way to let the not-so-desirables know that we're out here, we're out with the police, we'll back the police, we'll call the police if there's trouble or issues, and let them know that we're not going to let them take over our neighborhood. We want our neighborhood, we want to be able to go out and walk with our neighbors, meet with our neighbors without having to be scared or worried about what they're going to try to do next.
You can do your part to keep St. Paul Park safe by getting involved with the Neighborhood Park Watch.
It's basically no different than if you were to walk around the park or ride your bike or skate or walk with your dog. But as you're walking through the park, to pay attention to the things that maybe normally you would just take for granted, such as hazards or trash things or suspicious activity. And then not to get engaged with that activity, but to simply observe it and report it so that we've got a documentation process.
Park users should follow some common sense tips to increase their safety in the Phalen area and parks across St. Paul.
It's about 6:30 tonight. There's probably 200 or 300 or 400 people in this park right now. Excellent time to walk. The times that you want to avoid or are probably potentially more of a victim would be early in the morning, at dusk later at night. And again, just to reemphasize, walking by yourself is probably your least safe situation. You always want to walk with a partner. If you have a cell phone, I think you should always bring a cell phone with you. If you dial 911 and say, I'm in Phalen Park and I need help, squads will be up here immediately.
In St. Paul, we also have a Park Watch phone number, which is 651-646-3535. And when you call that number, you can press 1 and it will route you directly to the St. Paul Police Communications Center. Or you can press 2 and it'll route you to our Parks and Recreation Operations Center, where you can report things such as hazards on a trail, broken glass, play equipment that is broken or needs repair, trash that needs to be emptied, those sorts of things.
With over 500,000 visitors a year at Phalen's Regional Park, assaults and other crimes remain a rare occurrence. You can do your part to help keep it that way. To report unsafe or suspicious activity or get involved with your Neighborhood Park Watch, call 651-646-3535. For non-emergency police calls and information, call 651-291-1111. In an emergency, always dial 911. Join St. Paul Police for a walk with cops around Lake Phalen. Groups meet every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. at the Phalen Picnic Pavilion.